Hey guys, and welcome to another episode. Today in this video, I'm gonna show you how awesome this ceramic coating is. So it has been a full year since I went ahead and applied this to my car. Now I left out a few panels untouched with only like a regular car wax or paint sealant on there. I did not put any kind of ceramic coating on those panels. So it's been a full year since I applied this to it, and all I did was I applied one full coat on the panel. So this panel that you're seeing right here, the fender, I coated up with a ceramic coat. This is a C quartz from CarPro. It's just a regular ceramic coating. This door panel that I have right here, I did not apply anything to it. In that full year, all that I've done is regular maintenance washes, probably every month or so. Nothing too crazy. This car has been pretty dirty over the last year. The detailing part of me is kind of hurting since I haven't been giving it that much love. But at the same time, I'm not really that worried because this stuff is awesome. So I'm gonna show you the difference between both panels. I'm gonna have a side by side, and you guys can be the judge for yourself and let me know if you think this is really worth it. So as I mentioned, this panel here has the coating on it. This one here does not. So I'm gonna grab my hose and I'm gonna put water on this panel, and I wanna show you guys how it's going to react when water comes in contact with both of them. So here's the water on our ceramic coated panel. So you can see that the water just beads right off of it. And this is all completely dry. You can see there's a little bit of water that's still left over, but I mean, other than that, this coating is friggin' ridiculous. Look at that. Beads right off. So you can only imagine how nice and easy cleaning this kind of panel is once you have your car completely coated with this coating. So next up is this door panel right here. So you can see that the water does bead off, but the problem with this is that it takes a little bit longer to bead off. So if there's any dirt, if there's any kind of contaminant that actually touches the panel, it's not going to want to come off as easily. Now, of course, this is after the car has been completely washed. So you can see that there's still water that's taking its time to come down. Don't get me wrong, this is still really nice, but the ceramic coating is a lot better than this. With both panels side by side, I can show you how vast of a difference there is between coated versus not. You can see either way that we look at it, the water on this side is off the panel before this one. Okay, but here's the thing. Why am I telling you guys this now? Why am I not telling you guys this 6 months from now or even 6 months ago? Well, think about what time it is right now. It's the beginning of September and winter's almost around the corner. So this is a very good time to get this kind of thing done to your car. Another reason as to why you'd want to do this is for the exact reason that I'm pointing to my door panel right now and not my camera. That's my camera. That's my door. Look at this. If you guys go ahead and do this kind of procedure to each one of your door panels, to each one of your fenders, to each one of whatever's, I promise you, your car is going to be looking awesome in the winter. The salt doesn't want to stay on there as long. Any kind of dirt, any rain or whatever is just going to want to bead off, whereas before, it was just going to sit there, and that's how you honestly get water spots as well. The ceramic coating that I have right here is a lot more durable than you'd find of any kind of wax, any kind of paint sealant. This stuff is pretty much semi-permanent. So because I haven't done any kind of polishing or anything else to these panels, the coating has lasted on there and it's working still like a charm. So if you guys do this kind of procedure to your car, you'll have it looking fantastic and it will stay that way. Look at this. Look at the reflection that you're seeing out of my paint. It's awesome. And this car is a 2009. I've been driving this thing ever since I got it. How many years ago? 5 years ago, I want to say I got this thing. And the paint and everything looks killer. Look at this. Would you guys be able to tell that this car was winter driven? None of the body panels were ever repainted, and just, it looks flawless. No matter what panel you look at, everything looks amazing. So you can look at the front end of the car, and it looks killer. You can look at the side, you can look at the front, you can pick any angle you want and it'll look flawless. If you give the car a good polish before you guys apply the ceramic coating, I promise you it'll not only look fantastic, but it will stay looking fantastic. So I'm going to give you guys a rundown as to what it's going to look like once you do this to your car. So my Nissan 240, I haven't done any kind of paint protection or any kind of protection to it at all. So I cleaned up this panel, removed any contaminants, and I'm going to be applying a thin layer of the CarPro ceramic quartz. This stuff is going to protect it and it's going to last a very long time. So I'm only going to apply one coating on this entire thing. I'm going to be doing brushes from left to right and then up and down, so I can guarantee that I have every single square inch of the panel coated. You shouldn't really be waiting a really long time in order to take this stuff off, because at that point it's going to be very difficult to remove any excess C-quartz. You just want a little coating of this on the panel. You're not really looking to build up so many layers on the first coat. What you want to do is just have everything coated, and then any excess that isn't going to dry in that couple minutes, what you're going to do is you're going to buff it off with a new microfiber towel. So grab your towel and make sure you buff off everything, because if you do not buff everything off, what's going to happen is it could discolor the paint and it's going to look a little bit different. If light hits it the wrong way, you could notice that one spot is a little bit darker than another. So make sure you have everything removed. Grab your microfiber towel, go over it again, flip it over, do whatever you have to do to remove everything. And once you're done, what we're going to do is we're going to leave this outside. Realistically, you should leave this outside and let this bake in the sun. I'm going to let this sit for at least a day or so. You don't have to, this is just a precautionary measure. The longer you let it last and the longer you let it sit there, the longer it's going to last. Now when you're doing this, make sure to take off the tape, because the tape, sometimes it can actually bond to the paint when you leave it outside. So make sure before you put it out and leave it there, just take it off. So I'm thinking that this is going to be a much better representation as to what the Ceramic Pro can do. So on this side of the hood right here, on this half, I didn't do anything. There's no wax, there's no nothing, there's no paint sealant. I have never really done any kind of paint correction to this side of the hood. On this side, I have, and it's coated with the ceramic coating. So what I'm gonna do is grab my hose and do the exact same kind of thing. Hopefully we should see a drastic difference between both sides. So it is beading off a little well. Oh my gosh, look at the difference. You guys tell me if this is worth it. You can see that there's like water droplets on this side, and you can see on this side, it's still completely coated with water. Like, this is all still wet. How's that for a coating? And this again is only with one coat of the C-quartz on this side over here of the hood. So this is going to last easily over a year. It's lasted me over a year and it's still lasting. I'm not getting paid to say this, but if you guys like your car and you want to take care of it, this is the best stuff that you can put on there. If you guys want to see a video on how I did it, you guys can check the description box, and I'll also have a video at the end of this video showing you how to properly apply this. Now, something to keep in mind, the more coats that you put on here, the longer it's going to last. So because this stuff builds on top of each other, every next coat that you put is just going to be more protection on your paint. So once you clean this up, once you polish the paint and you put the C-quartz on top, it's going to be awesome. You're going to see awesome clarity, and it's going to be just like this. You can see that this side over here, you've got a couple water droplets, and this is still wet even after I've been talking for this time. I don't know how else I can express to you guys on how awesome this stuff is. I picked this stuff up with my own money, and I'm telling you that this is a fantastic way to protect your paint before winter time. My cord's been done for an entire year, and it's still holding up against everything else that's gonna be hitting this thing. From rain to dirt to you name it, the car is protected. I'm probably going to do it again sometime soon before winter comes around again. But if you guys have any kind of car that is not coated with this stuff, even if you've been using wax, wax is a good way to protect it, but it doesn't last that long. This stuff works fantastic, and it lasts a really long time. If you guys want to pick up the 50 milliliter bottle, that's probably enough to do, I want to say, your car with a couple coats. You can probably do 3 cars with 1 coat with that same kind of thing, but it all depends on how many coats you want on there. I picked up this 50, and this is enough for the cars that I have at home, just my own personal cars. If you guys want to get into this more, you probably need to pick up a couple of them. CarPro also sells a smaller version of this, which is enough to just do one car. It's awesome. It's a 30mm kit. It comes with all the applicators you need. You guys can find those links in the description box. There's gonna be links directing you guys directly to Amazon. If you guys wanna see how I went ahead and applied this stuff on my paint on the Accord last year, I'll have a link in the description along with in the outro. As I mentioned earlier, you guys can take a look at how I installed it. I'm no professional. This is just me, weekend warrior, me taking care of my cars and protecting them. So if you guys have a tip or two regarding this stuff, I'd love to hear it in the description box. I've used this a couple times, and from the times that I have used it, I cannot complain at all. If you guys have any questions regarding the video, throw them down in the comment section below, and I'd be more than happy to help. Again, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.